Hello, welcome to our classes. I am Dr. K. Misa. This video tutorial is on operations research. This is part 15. Now come to the question. Question number 1. A firm that considers the potential reactions of its competitors which it makes a decision A. Referred to as price leader. B. Is engaged in strategic behavior. C. Is engaged in collusion. D is referred to as barometric firm. The correct option is B, is engaged in strategic behavior. 2. Which of the following is an example of strategic behavior? A firm builds excess capacity to discourage the entry of competitors. B. A firm adopts the pricing behavior of a dominant firm under the assumption that the firms will do likewise. C. Firms in an industry increase advertising expenditures to avoid losing market share. Or D. All of the above are examples of strategic behavior. So correct option is D. All of the above are examples of strategic behavior. Question number 3. Which one of the following is a part of every game theory model? A. Players. B. Payoffs. C. Probabilities. D. Strategies. Correct option is D. Strategies. 4. In game theory, a choice that is optimal for a firm, no matter what its competitors do, is referred to as, correct option is A, the dominant strategy. 5. Which of the following circumstances in an industry will result in a Nash equilibrium? The correct option is A. All firms have a dominant strategy and each firm choices its firm dominant strategy. Question number 6. Which of the following describes a Nash equilibrium? So here correct option is B. Every competing firm in an industry chooses a strategy that is optimal given the choices of every other firm. This is the, in fact, Nash equilibrium. 7. A prisoner's dilemma is a game with all of the following characteristics except one. Which one is present in prisoner's dilemma? A. Players cooperate in arriving at their strategies. B. Both players have a dominant strategy. C. Both players would be better off if neither choose their dominant strategy. D. The payoff from a strategy depends on the choice made by the other player. So, here correct option is A. Players cooperate in arriving at their strategies. 8. Which of the following legal restrictions, if enforced effectively, would be likely to solve a prisoner's dilemma type of problem for the firms involved? If you compare the options given here, you will find the option C is correct. A law that prohibits firms in an industry from advertising their services. 9. Until recently, medical doctors and lawyers have been prohibited from engaging in competing advertising. If the prisoner's dilemma applies to this situation, then the presence of this restriction would be likely to, the correct option is A, increase profits earned by individuals in these professions. 10. Which of the following conditions is required for the success of a tit for tat strategy? The correct option is B. The number of oligopolists in the industry must be relatively small. 11. An oligopolist may engage in short-run behavior that results in lower profits if, correct option is D, it lends credibility to the firm's threats. 20. A firm may decide to increase its scale so that it has excess production capacity because by doing so it is able to A. Minimize its average cost of production. B. Establish a credible deterrent to the entry of competing firms. C. Take advantage of a dominant strategy in a prisoner's dilemma. D. Attain a nice equilibrium and avoid repeated games. The correct option is B. Establish a credible deterrent to the entry of competing firms. 13. Game theory is concerned with A. Predicting the results of bets placed on games like roulette. B. The choice of an optimal strategy in conflict situations. C. Utility maximization of by firms in perfectly competitive markets. D. The migration patterns of caribou in Alaska. Correct option is B. The choice of an optimal strategy in conflict situations. 14. Which of the following is an example of a game theory strategy? The correct option is A. You scratch my back and I will scratch yours. 15. In game theory, a situation in which one firm can gain only what another firm loses is called a zero sum game. Correct option is C. 16. Which of the following is a non zero sum game? Correct option is A. A prisoner's dilemma. 17. Which of the following is a zero sum game? Correct option is B. Chess. 18. A plan of action that considers the reactions of rivals is an example of correct option is B. Strategic behavior. 19. In a game theory, the outcome or consequences of a strategy is referred to as the correct option is A. Payoff. 20. A strategy that is best regardless of what rival players do is called correct option is A. First mover advantage. 21. A game that involves interrelated decisions that are made over time is a correct option is A. Sequential game. 22. Sequential games can be solved using correct option C. Backward induction. 23. A game that involves multiple moves in a series of identical situations is called a correct option is B. Repeated game. 24. Industrial policy A is strategic behavior that takes place at the national level. B may be accomplished by protecting and subsidizing selected industries. C is intended to provide competitive advantage to selected firms. Or D all of the above. The correct option is D all of the above. 25. A firm that is threatened by potential entry of competitors into a market builds excess production capacity. This is an example of A. A prisoner's dilemma. B. Collusion. C. A credible threat. D. Tit for tat. Correct option is C. A credible. So this was all about this particular video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it. If you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel R Classes and press the bell button and pass it on to others those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best